I talked to a guy last night. He had been backpacking for 45 years. I think he was like 60, mid 60s. He's hiked, this is his 8th through hike of like 2,000 miles or more. So he had a lot of really good advice on backpacking. He had worked for Siemens as a industrial process guy in software. And that dude was all about efficiency. Had spreadsheets, and he's pulling 20 miles a day out of the chute. And he said he's not opposed to going 25 or more. He said if you can't get up the next day, you know you screwed up the day before. I thought that's fair. Talked to me about carrying weight in my bag and how they calculate it as like mile pounds or something like that. So that over 6 million steps, how much a few ounces adds up to. It was ultralight. And he was, I think, 15-pound base weight. He said, I am grossly overweight for ultralight. So we talked about mine. I said, I'm not going to spend money until at least after the Smokies. And he said, if you make it through the Smokies with that pack, people need to kowtow to you and give you a medal. And I said, well, it's getting to where, at least in the mornings, the pack isn't horrific anymore. He talked to me about calories and how I'll need to eat more in a few weeks because your metabolism has to catch up. He shoots for 2 pounds of food per day, but when you're going 20 miles a day, that seems a little bit more reasonable because you'll be hitting a resupply for like 2 or 3 days. So, good information. I'm not going to follow a lick of it for right now, but it just hits me that, you know, the old explorers and expedition guys, they carried a lot of stuff on them. Granted, they could hunt, but I think that you can build up muscle to support it. I told him if I lose 40 pounds and get down to a average weight, then it'll just be like I was hiking without a bag at all, or a 30-pound bag, I guess. And he said that he'll lose 15 or 20 pounds over this hike, and he did not have it to lose. Didn't look like he was lean, but everything about ounces to him. And he said, you might want to go spend a couple $1,000. I was like, whoa. We come from 2 different worlds. If you're talking about just going out and dropping a few grand on camping gear, hiking gear, I'm not that committed. I just like to be out in nature and camp different places. And this was the cheapest way I could find to do that. Instead of paying $30, $40 a night in Yellowstone or something. Anyways, good on them. I mean, I want to talk about put up or shut up. That dude's putting in the miles. So I got a respect for folks like that. But that's not me. So I'll keep plodding along. I don't feel too bad about it. It earns you a different kind of respect, like a respect for being so dumb and hard-headed that you're still making it. Not a real respect, but it's impressive. So I think I'll keep my bag heavy and suffer through it for some time because of it. I was gonna go get some water this morning after I started down the trail. It's like half a mile. Probably got halfway and said, "Who's this?" I left my bag back at camp and I saw those deer moving through this morning. I figured if they're around, bears might be around. So I went back. My bag was good. Some older guys had passed through. And those deer were within 10 yards of me, just hanging out, eating, whatever. Those guys passed through. "There's a deer!" Took off running. I thought, man, if you enjoy nature, shut your mouth sometimes. But I get it. People get excited. So I'll try to pick some water up along the trail here. I don't know that I'm going to do a full 10. I might. And then there's an old fire tower at the top of a mountain, right at the end of the walk. And they said it's a brutal climb. I don't know that I'm not going to take the bad weather bypass around that mountain peak. Will it cost me some pictures? Absolutely. Will it help me get to mile 100? Probably so. So I'll have to think about that. I'll see how my feet feel. Again, like yesterday, the first 2 miles of trail, just like this. Perfect. Wonderful. And in fact, coming into camp, the last 2 miles of trail like this. Perfect. Wonderful. And then you get into those rocks. And then your feet start hurting and cramping. And ankles start screaming at you. Knees start swelling. So if I run into that situation today, I've been doing good at 10s. I might pull it back a little. That mountain still scares me though. It's like straight up. And that's exhausting. And again, I'm not out here to say that I thru hiked. I didn't register as a thru hiker. So I'm not too opposed to skipping around it if it's in my way. Oh, the other thing that guy told me is that other trails, he said, are really easy kind of comparatively, because this, it's pointless. Well, crap. I don't know if I can get my bag under there. Oh, good. It goes around. Can you spot Peter Cottontail? He's in there. Let's see if I can't zoom in on Peter Cottontail. There he is. He's trying to go find Bambi. No, that's Thumper. Peter Cottontail is trying to find clothes to shred up. Mr. McGregor's garden, right? Either way, I hope you find Bambi or a garden. Look at that little beady eye. I had a rabbit named Floppington. He was cute. I didn't kill him and eat him. I won't kill you and eat you. I promise. Ears. Trail's been pretty good up the mountain. I had to stop for some oatmeal and water. I drank like half a gallon. Guess I didn't drink enough last night. But I got up to the top of a mountain here. I think I'm at the top. Pretty neat. And over there, way over there, which one is it? Yeah, there's a fire watchtower. Pretty cool. Well, I don't like the trails as much, but North Carolina sure does have better views. Really cool.